We have at least 10 rides on the new Sherco factory models now. Cue the French laugh. There have been a lot of questions about our planned modifications and our first impressions. I will do some comprehensive videos about this soon, but so far, nous sommes très heureux. How you say? We are very happy. And there are plenty of other happy owners too. At a recent hard enduro event, we were surprised to see so many Shercos in the field, and they won first and second place outright. I still thought Sherco was a boutique brand in Australia, but they are definitely mainstream now. We are discovering a few little issues which we will list in a video soon, but they are easily fixed, and overall these are very impressive dirt bikes. I can still remember how shiny the bikes were in the dealer's showroom, and our terrible attempts to remember our French lessons from 40 years ago.
Oh, les Shercos sont belles, n'est-ce pas? Ne ce sont pas?
Oui, très magnifique.
C'est très vite, n'est-ce pas?
Oui.
Oui. Oh, là-bas, regardez.
De 5 ans. I can't say. How do you say 250?
Ah, le 250. Oh.
What about bling? My aim was to spend as little as possible and reduce weight. We are always amused when riders say they have bought the lightest dirt bike possible, then add a huge amount of weight with bling items.
Ooh, bike prep time. Guys, we're trying to keep it really easy and simple this time and minimal. Just putting tubeless on. We're going to put this on, but we're going to keep the stock bash plate, which is a really solid one, and a set of high bar risers because the bars are pretty low on these bikes, at least for guys of average to tall height.
We definitely needed handlebar risers, and many Sherco riders agreed. Someone told me Sherco used the same handlebars from their trials bikes. This makes sense as they are very low.
And a spare set of levers because we're even going to try and stay with these for a while instead of going full bark busters and just see how we go.
I put tape under the lever mounts so they would spin in a crash instead of braking. Unfortunately, the clutch lever broke in a simple crash at a standstill. The Brembo clutch mount is very expensive, so I bought a Clake One Light clutch instead. It only cost about $70 more than the Brembo unit. The Sherco clutch is quite heavy compared to most other brands, so this has fixed that problem dramatically. The clutch feels as light as a trials bike now. Some Sherco owners just remove 2 of the 6 clutch springs. This is a free method for a much lighter clutch. I did experiment with this for one ride, and yes, it makes a big difference. Is it a good long-term solution? I don't know. I googled a lot to find any riders who had troubles with this mod, but I could not find any reported problems. A lot of KDM riders were doing this years ago when KDM clutches were quite heavy. If anyone has encountered problems after removing 2 clutch springs, let me know. The KYB suspension on the factory edition is superb the harder you ride. However, the forks do feel a bit harsh for slower technical terrain. My dealer suggested reducing the compression damping to only 3 clicks. This helped a lot, but eventually I reduced it to 0 and it's just about perfect now for our style of riding. The standard gearing is excellent for everyday enduro riding. However, we swapped the 49 tooth rear sprocket for a 52 tooth. This has been great for our slow technical terrain. Now we can ride in second gear most of the time and just choose first gear when it gets really rough. The gear ratios are still quite broad, so the Shercos will cruise nicely in sixth gear on open trails. What else? I am too tall for almost any bike.
A lot of us tall riders put the Fastway pegs on because you can get them into a low position. Suits us a lot better with the ergonomics. When you get really cheap and nasty with stock pegs, you can cut a little bit off here so the pegs drop down, which I'm in the process of doing here. I've just hacksawed most of the way through this bit, and of course that then becomes a washer that I can just put on top when I reinstall them.
A friend calls his Sherco the turbocharged tractor. The grunt is very impressive, even with the 252 stroke. These engines simply don't quit on steep, slow climbs, even just above idle. And it all helps with the traction too. Yesterday we did a lot of slow hill climbs over wet tree roots, clay and loose rubble, but the rear wheels just keep hooking up. The engine characteristics are a big part of the explanation. However, it might be the Michelin tyres too, which are known for good traction. It will be interesting to see if this changes when we fit a different brand of tyre. We certainly won't be fitting Michelins again. The rear tyre costs about 260 Australian dollars. Ouch. So that's our report after 10 rides. We will do a more comprehensive video later. Au revoir, mon ami.